Alright, since I can't record and jump back to the other app, we're just going to hit the little power button. Makes a cool little noise. Normally you just go in your app, tap on ready to clean, and then they're off. We're gonna start them out this way. I have the D5 is dozer. He has a little side brush. The D4 and the D3 do not, but they still have the brush that runs the entire length of the front. They all use laser mapping, which is way better than iRobot's stuff, which is all through optics. He can run in a pitch black room and have no problem. So we're just kind of doing a test for my friend Denise. This little guy, DJ will be joining her in her home on Friday. I'm going to get that all set up for her. Here it is. Still funny. Anyway, what these guys do, they do a real thorough job. They will do an outline of the room. Actually, not always the room. They do an outline of a certain amount of square footage. And they run the walls. Let me get down here so you can kind of see the laser going through. It's a little laser spinning around. That's doing a 2D map of the entire room as it cleans. I love these guys because they go all the way to the corner and they lift their little boat up to get out of the corner. Haven't named that robot, but he's way old school and he's one of my he's my favorite, I think, of the old school guys. Still works really good. He's hit the whole house. It takes it's a XV21 Neato. Takes him 2 second battery charge to hit the whole house. These little guys, when you do all the no-go lines, it saves so much time that it'll be able to maneuver around tables, chairs, anything like that, so that they don't get hung up on everything. But they're not very loud is one thing I really love about these guys. They do a thorough cleaning job. You do have to watch certain things. Our fireplace, for instance, it's curved at the bottom, so they tend to climb on it and they'll get stuck. So what I do on the initial one when I'm doing a full house cleaning is I'll do one of the magnetic strips. These guys have the sensors underneath. If they hit magnetic, they'll bounce away from it. So I use that. Pretty much everything's just kind of bump and go. Make sure all wires, any socks, clothing, bigger particles, anything metal on the floor, you want to make sure that that's up and off the floor. So now he's done a complete loop of the room. He's going to stop. He knows where he's at. And now this is my favorite part of these robots. You're going to see how pretty these lines are. They're very meticulous in pattern, and they just do an excellent job. I just love when you can start these little guys from anywhere because they're linked to your Wi-Fi at home. 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. They can't do 5G yet. I think the D7, they have it's upgraded enough. I think the D7 can do 5, but every other robot I know of is all still stuck on 2.4. But these guys do a real nice, neat, clean lines, and they just maneuver the room effortlessly. They can climb up pretty steep thresholds. I haven't had any issues in the house other than things that were too low. So I just had to put some spacers underneath one table that he was going under. But other than that, I mean, it's just been perfect. Now when they get all finished, which he'll be shortly, and this, I just love all these clean lines they do. It's really good stuff. But he's almost finished up. Once he finishes completely, he'll realize that. He'll come back out, scan the room a little bit. They power down when they get done. When they know they're completely finished, they power down, and then they will drive back to their base. He's got one last little spot over here. Why are you coming after me, buddy? Oh, you know, I know what it is. When they're in a smaller room, they know they're only doing one room. They'll do a double shot and hit the room twice. So I'm just going to stop here, and I'll do another one when he's finished and on his way back to the dock. Alright, we're just about finished up again. So you can see that all these just, that's why I make footprints. But they do such perfect lines all the way across. Yeah, she is gonna love this little guy. He does so amazing. No squeaks, no weird anything. Yeah, that D7 I got a while back, I had to return it. Both wheels were squeaking. It was just not functioning properly as far as navigation. Oh, there we go. They shut all the way off when they're done with their clean cycle. Then he'll turn over. He does a little spin, scanning the area with the laser. And there's a sensor there on the top. And then they have all their plugs on the back. And then right when it gets here, they do their little wiggle. And the victory sound. Well, thank you, YouTube, for joining me again. Don't know what other videos. I think I might be doing one of a D80 I have. I gotta fix some springs on it. It's got one side that's kicked up higher than the other. But until then, thanks for joining me.